Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jenny with First Drip. I will be making a sandalwood soap with patchouli, and these are my core ingredients. This contains olive oil, castor oil, and grapeseed oil with some additives in there, which are kaolin clay and colloidal oats. These are my melted hard oils. They are coconut oil, babasu oil, and shea butter. This is my lye solution with um, sodium lactate, sugar, and silk. So I'm going to be combining this. This is the fragrance, the two colorants I'm using, or rather three. This is green and brown, copperish brown with um, white. I'm going to be using titanium dioxide. Um, this fragrance is a discoloring fragrance, so this is going to discolor to light beige. Um, and the discoloration is actually not a problem actually in the soap. So please like, subscribe to my channel, stay tuned, share this video, and help this small channel grow. Thank you.
I would like to appreciate all my subscribers, both the new ones and my OG subscribers. You guys are fantastic. I really appreciate you guys supporting me, supporting my channel, especially those of you that both subscribe and watch my videos. You guys really do give me on this media life, and I really love creating and recording these videos for your entertainment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if you are watching and you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. I love to release these videos every monthly when I can. So thank you so much in advance for hitting the subscription button. And for those of you who also buy, a couple of you have subscribed, watched my videos, and have patronized me. I have this one lady who bought my Bali Breeze soaps, and we kind of chatted back and forth a little bit via email. You know yourself. I appreciate you. Thank you. And yeah, if you haven't you haven't checked out my store, go check it out and see what I have in stock. Okay, so I really want to talk about discoloring fragrances. And this Sandalwood Patchouli soap, if you go to my channel and look at my video list and scroll down quite a little bit, you would see that I made the soap before. And when I had made the soap, knowing fully well that there's a discoloring fragrance, you would see how my soap discolored. So the part that I put the white in right now, that part in that soap, I left it neutral without colorant, and you would see how it discolored, and it kind of ended up looking rustic, and it almost reminded me of a hot process soap making type soap. It kind of was a rustic looking soap, and I will have to tell you that that soap sold fantastic. When it comes to soap buying and soap making, I'm very visual. That's why I make the really pretty looking soaps, and I don't mind when my soap comes out not looking like I want it to look. I honestly really don't mind it. But that soap really took off. It really sold out like hot cake. And I was like, whoa. And this just reminded me of how the pretty looking soap, and this is just fact, at least facts for me. The pretty looking soaps don't sell as quickly as the non pretty looking soap, as the plain Jane type soaps or the rustic type looking soap. And I know why, at least for my particular type of soap making and my business. I know why, because my customers and potential customers have said it, like, oh, I don't want to buy the soap. It's too pretty. It's just, I'm not going to use it. It's too pretty to use. Or they just buy it whenever they want to gift it to somebody. And we don't give gifts every day. So, they're like, oh, it's just, I'm just going to display it. And I think I mentioned this before. My husband would say that that's why you buy two. You use one, then you have one for display, and whenever you want to buy, you buy two again, and yada 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 yada, right? Which is, it cracks them up and everything. And it's just the fact the rustic or plain Jane looking soap actually do take off quicker than the artsy looking soap. And honestly, I really enjoy the artsy looking soap. It is one of the reasons I decided to make soap the way I do, the cold process method, and generally soap. It's because whenever I, before getting to the soap making business or hobby, before it became a business, whenever I had bought soap, I would always gravitate towards the pretty looking soap. That's all I bought. All I bought was the pretty looking handmade, and I would buy handmade soaps. The pretty looking one, the prettiest looking one with the loveliest fragrance to my nostrils was what I would buy. And when I got into soap making, that is what I started to create. Granted, I don't make the prettiest soaps on the internet. Oh my goodness, there are some good artists out there, that make their, my goodness, it's out there. Just YouTube it. Just search. You'd see them. They are fantastic looking. I make what I can make, and to me they're pretty. My customers think they are pretty. Apparently, they don't want to buy it because it's too pretty and they won't use it. But it's not stopping me. This is my niche in soap making, the pretty looking soaps, and actually do sell them. But going back to vanilla content, so this particular fragrance, the sandalwood and patchouli fragrance, does have I maybe about 1% vanilla content, if I'm recalling correctly. And whenever you are working with a fragrance that has a vanilla content in it, you should expect some sort of discoloration. Now, depending on how much vanilla content is in the fragrance oil will depend on how deep the discoloration is going to be. There are ways to counter discoloration or to, flow with the tide of the discoloration in your soap, depending on what shade it discolors to. If you go back and look at my strawberry shortcake soap, that discolored to a deep brown, and depending on the shade it's gonna discolor to, you can flow with that tide, meaning if it's, because discoloration a lot of the times will end up blotchy if you do not try to counter it. And for example, watch my other sandalwood patchouli soap. What you do in that case is, if you're going to add colorant that would enhance that shade of discoloration, and it will just make it look pretty. It will make it really look pretty. So if you're going to discolor to tan, to a deep brown or deep tan or some darker shade, find the colorant that supplement or that complements that shade and use it, because you don't want to use like a yellow or something else that would counteract and turn a shade of gray brown nastiness that you probably are not looking for. So look for a complementing color to complement that shade to actually enhance it. Now if you don't want that discoloration, like I don't care for it, I don't want it's going to mess up my design. I already have plans and my plans cannot change. Get a vanilla stabilizer. And what that is that it will, listen, really slow down the discoloration that happens. It's a stabilizer. It's not an eliminator. It's not a discoloration eliminator. Now, a lot of people don't know or don't think that the discoloration actually still happens, because maybe if you make soap for yourself or for your friends for gifting, they use it up, relatively quickly in a good amount of time. Or if you're selling soap, you sold it, you don't know. What vanilla stabilizer does is it slows down that discoloration. The discoloration will still happen. Now, I haven't done the science. I haven't actually done the longevity study to see how long it takes. And again, each fragrance is different. To see how long it takes, this particular fragrance would end up discoloring. It could take a year. I don't know. Maybe someone out there has done it. You can search for it and maybe find it. But it will happen at some point. the discoloration will happen at some point. So what it does is slows it down. It does not eliminate it. You may not know because you probably sold the bar and it's probably been used, or you've used the bar, or you've gifted it and it's been used. No one has ever complained about the soap going brown. So you sold me a bad soap. There's nothing like a bad soap. Well, I take that back. There is something like a bad soap. That's a different conversation for a different day. And just hint, it's called DOS, the dreaded orange spot. But when it comes to discoloration, a discolored soap is not a bad soap. It's just it had vanilla content and a vanilla stabilizer was used, and after a while it just changed color, and that's what it is. It's still a fantastic soap. Use it if you have it. It did not go bad, and it did not go rancid. So a rancid soap is a bad soap. That's another conversation for another day. So yeah, I usually would tell my first timers in soap making that learn your base formula before you start adding additives, before you start adding this and that and fragrance and this and that and fragrance. Make a plain Jane soap. Understand how your formula works. Is it a fast moving batter? Okay, do I need to reduce my shea butter? Do I need to reduce my palm kernel flakes? Do I need to increase my olive oil? Do I need to add in castor oil? Do I need to, reduce my coconut oil because it's a little too cleansing, a little too harsh, a little too drying? Understand your base formula. Then you feel confident to start adding in one or two or three more things to make that perfect bar that you have always dreamt of, or that perfect bar that you had used when you had bought it from a handmade soaper. Well, thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. I hope this helped.